Speaking of going a step further than was anticipated, Rupert Murdoch is closing News of the World over the hacking scandal. This is an unbelievable story. The News of the World is the weekly tabloid newspaper, which is published by News Corporation. It's at the center of the British phone hacking scandal. It's actually closing. Absolutely, period. Just no more News of the World. And the announcement came after James Murdoch, who's a top official at News Corporation, underscored the effect of the allegations that the paper's journalists invaded the voicemail accounts not only of a 13-year-old murder victim, but also the relatives of fallen soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. And the new reports of stunning intrusions came a day after Britain's parliament collectively turned on Rupert Murdoch, the head of News Corporation, which is also the parent company of Fox News. And they used the debate about the widening phone hacking scandal to denounce reporting tactics by newspapers once seen as too politically influential to challenge. Unease about the phone hacking tactics of some reporters had been growing for months, but the public mood turned to shock and revulsion after The Guardian reported that the targets of the voicemail interception, which originally we thought were just famous people, celebrities, etc., included the phone of Millie Dowler, a 13-year-old schoolgirl abducted and murdered in 2002. Then, new reports said the families of people killed in the 2005 bombings of the London transit system were also listened to without their permission. And you know what? I doubt that News of the World is the only company or newspaper that's using these methods to find stories and sell papers. Of
course.
They're the one that got caught. It would be so, with anything, period, today, I would be surprised if there was only one individual, one organization, one media outlet, period, that was doing anything. If there's one that is doing it, there has to be at least one other.
No doubt.
And the other amazing thing is that the media is continuing to have disregard for people's privacy. And a case in point on this is that after this story broke, Lewis, some other newspapers have been contacting the families involved and trying to convince them, hey, listen, you're victims here. You should speak out. You should go public on this. You should be speaking out in a significant way. What's amazing is that those media outlets are basically doing the same type of invasion of privacy. These people are victims, and you're going out there and trying to push them to go public and to talk to you. Aren't you just as bad? Well, maybe not just as bad, but aren't you participating in the exact same type of coercive bullying that News Corporation through News of the World is being accused of?
Yeah, but they don't care. This is what people like to read about, and they're going to do anything they can to get this story.
The other question is whether closing down so abruptly News of the World is a preemptive move to stop the investigation into what's going on, because there may be many more layers to this. There may be much more,
of course,
that News Corporation doesn't want to be discovered.
No doubt.
I think that that's a possibility for sure. Last thing on this, take a look. Hopefully you've heard that Larry King is no longer on the air. I know it was big news on this show because we were big followers of Larry King. Piers Morgan from Britain has replaced Larry King. And there's audio, if you just Google this, you'll find it, of Piers Morgan on this rant that makes you wonder how he ended up on CNN, because he actually equated what News Corporation did to WikiLeaks and Hollywood stars like Hugh Grant, who in his mind used the media to become more famous. It's bizarre. You hear it and you say, what is Piers Morgan talking about? Hacking into the voicemail system of a dead 13-year-old girl is just like WikiLeaks? Really? It's a bizarre rant from Piers Morgan, who rarely even gets into this type of thing.
Haven't even watched him once.
So you have no idea what goes on his show?
No. But I know Larry King did not really go on rants.
No.
He just asked questions, and
often very boring questions.
Or whatever. I mean, he asked questions and got answers. He didn't go on rants.
Do you remember the time that Larry King was interviewing Andre Agassi and he referred to
Pancho
him
Gonzalez?
as a different tennis player, Pancho Gonzalez?
Mm-hmm. We're back with Pancho Gonzalez.
Okay. And just a weird look on Andre Agassi's face when that goes on.